Hello. Hi folks. I'm just getting some lights set up. Make sure I can find myself. Hi folks. And turn off my just getting some lights set up. Volume on my computer. So I am here today. This is Donna from Donna's Creative Space, by the way. And I'm here today to show you some more free product that you can earn from Stampin' Up! During Sale-A-Bration. Sale-A-Bration ends tomorrow, February 28th, Sunday, February 28th. So I thought I would come on these last couple of days and show you a few cards that you can make. Oops, sorry. I just knocked into my camera. So I'm just trying to, I'm just trying to get things set up, and I'll see if anybody is going to find me. I have a couple of cards I want to show you, and we'll see how it goes. So if you are watching this live, great. Please say hello. And let's see, let me see if I can adjust this again. It's still kind of crooked. There, that's a little better. So if you're watching this live, thanks for joining me. And if you're watching the replay, thanks for watching the replay. I have been going live more often, and I'm still getting the hang of it, but trying to work all the bugs out. And let's see. Oh, Donna's there. The other Donna. Hi, Donna. How are you? Thanks for joining today. What's it doing down the Cape for weather-wise? I woke up to some snow this morning, and now it looks like it's just drizzling, and everything's kind of melting. That's what it's doing up my neck of the woods. So anyway, if you're watching here live on Facebook, I'd really appreciate if you follow my page here, and if you're watching this on YouTube, because I'll be uploading it to YouTube afterwards, I would really appreciate you to subscribe to my channel, my YouTube channel. Oh, thanks, Donna. I appreciate that. It's raining down there? Yeah. It's kind of yucky out today. Very gloomy, dark and gloomy. So today I'm going to show you a couple of cards. I just have some samples to show you, a couple samples and a couple cards we're going to make. But I decided to play with the Paper Blooms stamp paper and the Touch of Ink stamp. Now both of these are free items in the catalog. So the Paper Blooms Designer Series paper is free. When you spend $50, you can choose this as a free item. Now the Touch of Ink, that's a little bit more of a big deal, because you have to spend $100 to get this. Excuse me. However, I have been playing with it for the last couple of days, and I really like this stamp set, and I don't know why I didn't play with it sooner. And so if you spend $50, you can choose like this Paper Blooms or one of the other $50. They're not $50 items. You spend $50. You can choose this Paper Blooms. You can choose the donkeys, which I've already done a video on that. You can find it here on my page, scrolling down a few weeks ago, or go to my YouTube channel. And that's, if you spend $50, you could choose that stamp set. $50, you could get the Approaching Perfection stamp set, or the Oh So Ombre Designer Series paper, and $50 for the Corner Bouquet. spend $50, get the corner bouquet or the Heal Your Heart. Now then there are, let's see, oh yeah, there's this other one, this Flower and Field. I used that yesterday's Facebook Live. And today I'm going to do this one, that if you spend $100, you can get this stamp set. And then there's another one that for $100, if you spend $100, you can get this Berry Blessings stamp set and this beautiful paper. In fact, I did a couple of videos a couple of weeks ago, and I just wanted to show you a couple of the cards that I made back then using this stamp set. These are, I call them flip and flap, or I forget what I called them. Cut and flip. So I did these two a couple of weeks ago, and it was at the beginning of February. I did a couple, I'll just show you real quick since I have them on the shelf behind me. I made this little box, and this is our paper pumpkin box. So I'm just showing you as a review of Sale-A-Bration items. We made these. This was the first week of February 1st through 7th. If you want to go back and look, these cute little boxes that I filled with Hershey's Kisses, and I showed you those two cards. I have other stuff, but not sure where they all are right now. But those items were handy, so I figured I'd show you them because I'll be doing another video tomorrow, but not using this set because I've already used this. So go back to go on my YouTube channel and look for February 1st through the 7th. I did a series. I called it 7 Sweet Stampin' Days, and you can see those items there. But that's the other set for $100. If you spend $100, you can get that stamp and the Designer Series paper for free. And the last thing is, if you spend or do a workshop with you and your friends and collect $300 in your order, you will also get this. You can choose this Punch Party set, which is really cute. So not only when you host a party, you get, if you spend if your party comes to $150 in sales, you automatically get your 10% Stampin' Rewards. If the party's $300, you get 12% in Stampin' Rewards, which means you can pick out 12% in product. And then with this, you also get the free stamp set, this Punch Party. But anyway, let's get on to what we are here to talk about today. So I have this is the Paper Blooms Designer Series paper, and because mine is all chopped up, I decided I would open a new package and show you the paper, because if you are shopping today and tomorrow, because it ends tomorrow, this is a free item that you can get with $100. I'm sorry, $50 purchase from Stampin' Up, and I want to pull them out because it really has some good paper in here. So there's, in our paper is two-sided, so there's one set. Here's the other set, and you'll see I've used some of these today. This is another piece, two-sided, right? And the last, oh no, second to the last, this set, this would be great for masculine cards, and this really pretty set, right? So those are one more, and this set. I used this on my pair card. I did I think it was last week. I used the strawberry stamp set and punch to make, you turn a strawberry upside down and make it into a pear. So that is the Paper Blooms Designer Series paper that you can get for when you shop and get $50 in product, then you can select that for free. So anyway, I have a few cards I wanted to show you. I'm going to show you how to make this one today. This is a top open one, and like I said, I used the Paper Blooms and the Touch of Ink stamp set. And here's another one. Well, these two I'm going to put aside because I'll show you them afterwards. But we're going to make this one also. All right, I really, really had fun with this stamp set. So I want to show you how I made these two cards because I was playing around with them and I really liked the way they came out. And I'll show you these other two now since you already saw them. I made these two also with the same stamp set and same paper. This one is just a nice little thank you card. I haven't even put anything on the inside of that one. And this one is a thinking of you card. Now this is all the same designer series paper. So I'll go back over these later and I'll tell you measurements. But today we're going to make these. And we're going to start with this one first. Alright, so let me get out my little kit of supplies for this. In fact, let me put out a piece of grid paper. Let me see, make sure that I have to look at online, see if I'm in the image area. And gosh, I have a lot of stuff off to the side here. We are using this combo pack, the Snail Mail Twine combo pack, which has the white and Blushing Bride in it. So this card I'm using the Blushing Bride. This is a nice little pack. I'm so glad they brought back the white twine. This pack is $7. You really can't go wrong. Let's see, they're 15 yards on each spool. So that's 30 yards of twine for $7. That's pretty a good price. And let's see. Like I said, let me get out some of these stamps and we can get going on this. I'm going to be using my dark Rococo Rose Stamp and Blend. There's the twine. I'm also going to show you how I use this. This is our Stamp and Blends, one of our stamping blends. Alright, so for this card, right, now I think, let's see, I want to remember what I did on the inside, yeah. So I took out my Rococo Rose. I decided to use Rococo Rose. It is one of our 2019/2021 in colors. So it will be retiring come, I think, April. Let's see. Yeah, the new color is coming out in May. So the end of April. So the in colors that stick around for 2 years. But this is a really pretty color, this Rococo Rose. So I took a piece of cardstock, and this is 4 1/4 by 11. All right, and it's scored at 5 1/2. And then I have an inside mat of basic white that's 4 by 5 1/4. And then I have a piece of Merry Merlot. This is 3 3/4. Is this 3 3/4 by 5 now? I can't remember. Yes, 3 3/4 by 5. And then I have some designer series paper. And I used the 2 different ones out of the package. This Floral Rose one is 3 1/2 wide by 2 3/4. And then this rose colored stripe is 2 inches by 3 1/2. And then just some scrap pieces of white to do some stamping and cutting out, and a scrap piece of Merry Merlot. Now, for some reason, I went looking for my Merry Merlot ink, and it's not in my ink carousel, and I know I have it, and all I could think of is either in one of my baskets from a card class, or I might have used it in a paper pumpkin and just stuck it back in the box. So I have to go looking for that. But in the meantime, I'm using my cherry cobbler, which worked out just fine anyway. So we are going to, let's build our base first. All right, and then we'll do some stamping. And if you're one of my customers that have been shopping the last couple of months during Sale-A-Bration, I'm doing a Sale-A-Bration celebration. And that will be in March, and it's going to be either on Facebook Live or a Zoom meeting. But if you've shopped with me these last 2 months, I've totaled your orders. If you've spent $150 or more, but as long as you get to $150, you will get my Sale-A-Bration celebration card class for free. And we are making, I believe I said 4 cards. You're gonna get a pack of embellishments and the 4 card kits and a pillow gift, and then we'll make I think it's 4 cards and 1 non-card. It's either 3 or 4 cards. I can't remember what I offered. But anyway, so we're going to take our base of Merry Merlot, and you could use cherry cobbler if you don't have Merry Merlot. And I did not get out my adhesive, so we're going to put this on the base of our Merry Merlot. And I could have switched it to cherry cobbler, but I really like this I like the Mary Merlot. In fact, let me grab a piece of cherry cobbler. I'll show you the difference, right? It's a little more reddish. So here's Mary Merlot and here's cherry cobbler. I don't know if you guys can see that. My screen looks pretty dark. But so that's the difference. Cherry cobbler is more, I mean, Mary Merlot is more wineish color. Obviously the name of it's Merlot. And cherry cobbler is a little more red. But I had to make things do since I couldn't find my stamp set. So let's see, I need my striped piece, and I already gave you the measurement for this. And I'll put all these measurements on my blog, which is donnascreativespace.com. Hi, Arlene. Oh my goodness, I haven't seen you in so long. Not that I'm seeing you now, but you know what I mean. How are you? What's it doing for weather up in Maine? Oh, you answered before I even looked at the screen. Snowing all day up here. Yeah, it's pretty crappy here too. Nice to have you here. Thank you for watching. Arlene's on my team, my Sage Stamper team. Did you get my email, Arlene, about the team meeting? Because I was asking everybody. We played bingo and we did a mystery card class. Now well, I should be telling you what I'm doing. I'm here gabbing to my friend Arlene. You do. What do you do? Now I forget what I asked you. But anyway, I'm taking this Blushing Bride twine and I wrapped it around 3 times. I'm just kind of covering up where my 2 pieces of cardstock meet. Now, if you want, you can tie a knot, which sometimes I do with the twine, just to make it easier when I go to make the bow. Love your cards. I believe I did. Oh, I can't remember what I asked you, Arlene. Oh, did you get my email? Yeah. So I wrote to everybody. I was asking if you liked the bingo and all the stuff that we did. So anyway, I'm going to tie a bow here. All right. So I just wrapped. I think that it probably would be about, I don't know, 33 inches of twine if you had to measure it out, if you really needed to know how much it was. This, Arlene and Donna, do you guys have this stamp set, this Touch of Ink here? Because I've been playing with it and I love it. I wish I started playing with it sooner. I mean, not that I can't keep going. But all right, so there's our base, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to stick it to the front of our card base. And I've already gone ahead and creased this and used my bone folder, which I'll do again, just like that. And I'm going to put this down. I'm using my Stamp and Seal Plus. No, you don't have the stamp set, Arlene? Oh boy. I think if you see some of the cards that have been made with this, move that up. So that twine is just there to cover the little where the 2 designer series paper meet. And I'm just going to stick this right down in the middle, just like that. Right? Now, one of the new products that was out in the catalog, the mini catalog, was this, oh, I have a stamp on it, was this double oval punch, which is really cool. It's great for small sentiments, but you can cut out the sentiment and the background. Like there's a scallop oval. I don't know why I can't talk today. But anyway, like I said, I'm using cherry cobbler instead of Mary Merlot because I can't find it. So before I go any further, I'll just cut. I think I can get a couple out of this if I put this at an angle. So I'm just going to cut it at an angle, save some cardstock. Now, I am going to, I think I'll punch this first, right? And then I can stamp. What am I doing this one? Thinking of You. All right. So if you have trouble seeing your little oval, sometimes it's good to, as I reach across, stamp on a darker piece. That way you see you want the double oval stamp. Oh, the punch? Double oval punch? Yeah. It's a bundle. It's a bundle with another stamp set. I think it's called Oval Occasions. And let me see for a second. Oval occasions. Yes. It's funny, I have everything right where I know it is. That's the stamp set. So this is a bundle. You can buy them separately, but if you buy them together, you can get 10% off. But this is a cute little stamp set too. You know what? I just leaned into my stamp. So now I have cherry cobbler on my Stampin' Up! Sweatshirt. All right, so what I was saying, back to this punch. Yeah, the punch. I put my oval on a dark piece so that I can see better where I'm stamping. And now I can see the whole outer edge of it, just like that. And that is done. We'll get rid of that. And the other thing that we want to stamp is our butterfly. So now in this stamp set, they have it's called a two-step stamp because you have the outline image and the shaded stamp. So you have two stamps for the bird, the outline and the shading. The outline of the leaves, shading, flower, shading, butterfly, and the shading, leaf and shading. But today I didn't use the shading. I didn't really care the way the butterfly came out because I want to cut this out, and I think that the way that shading is, it's made to look like a wash, so it goes outside the image of the butterfly, and I didn't want to do that. So I'll show you. I'm just doing the outline, and this is in Cherry Cobbler, or if you have Merry Merlot, right? And one more stamping, I believe, yes, I put on the inside of this, I put the little flower pattern, so I'm going to stamp that in the bottom corner. And what I like about this, right, now we're doing a portrait, a vertical card, so it's portrait. So we want to make sure we're doing it in the right direction. So we have our two things. I am going to get rid of this piece of green. I just keep that nearby. I use that when I'm putting my labels on my stamps too. So I just keep a scrap piece around. So now I'm going to put this on my oval that I punched out. And oops, hey, stay over there. And I'm going to put this, I'm going to center that right on the, oops, there's a little bit of adhesive sticking over the edge. Am I in? I'm probably not even in the image. Does this video look dark to you guys? For some reason, you know, on my screen, I'm looking at I have my computer set off to the side so I can see your comments. And it just seems to look dark to me. All right, so we're going to do some coloring. And it's really simple coloring because all we're doing is I'm using Rococo Rose, which matches our paper, and I've stamped in the Cherry Cobbler. It doesn't look dark? All right, thanks, Arlene. And I'm just going to go in, and I'm using the felt, the paintbrush end of it. We have two sides to this. There's a felt tip and the paintbrush side. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then that. But anyway, so I'm using the paintbrush side, and I'm just going to go in, and I'm going to just use some really, it's just some circular, I go around the edge, and I just kind of bring it in, and I love coloring with these markers. It is just so much fun, and you really get this great coverage with these markers. So I like to, but you want to have, like I have the grid paper underneath, you want to have something underneath because it can seep through. I mean, it does seep through, sometimes not enough to get on your paper underneath, but you don't want to take any chances. And just going to do his little body. So that's our butterflies all colored. And then I'm going to I'm going to do the same thing with the rose or flowers, whatever this, I don't know what kind of flowers these are. My mother would be mad at me. She loves flowers. And I just wasn't, I mean, I like flowers, but I'm not into flowers. Like, she could look at a flower and know what the name of it is. I'm not, I don't have a green thumb. I like pretty flowers, but Anyway, so I'm just coloring all the little petals, and I think that might be a bud, but I don't know. And see how fast? I mean, I was going to do this off camera for you, but it does go kind of fast, so you really don't have to. I mean, I think it doesn't take too long for you to watch me do this. Right, and I use the very tip to get into those points. And so now our coloring is done, our stamping is done. Jeez, we're almost done with this card. That's pretty good. All right, so I'm going to put this one right on the ins. See how it seeped over? But there's nothing on my grid paper. But you just want to have something underneath just in case. This looks kind of tall. Did I not cut it down right? No, it's the right. It just looks tall. For some reason, it looks kind of high. All right, so now this is going to go on the inside. Doesn't that look pretty with the Rococo, having the Rococo Rose all the way around the border? Very pretty. I think it's very pretty. Okay, so now the butterfly. I'm going to fussy cut this out, and I am not going to. I'm not taking his legs. I'm just going to cut those off, and I'm going to go right along the body. I will do his antennae. I'm just going to cut across like that for now, and I'll get back to those. I'd rather not cut them at the beginning. Whoops. And some people have been, I took a class, some training a couple of weekends ago, and Erica Serwin showed us a technique. Let me see if I have. If you take a pencil and you draw around the edge like this of your item that you're fussy cutting, right? Then it makes it easier. And then when you erase it, don't use your pink. Use one of these white erasers, because it doesn't leave the pink stain on there. But when you go to fussy cut, you can just kind of fussy cut on your line. So if you have a problem fussy cutting, you might want to try doing that. Now it's kind of hard to fussy cut. I have to turn it towards me, so you might be missing this. But so you would fussy cut on that line, right? Now I didn't draw a line the rest, but I'm going to, before I forget, I'm going to go back, because I did that just on this part, and use my white eraser. And that's why you want to use one of these white erasers, because it won't leave that pink mark. So that's a way, if you have trouble, I'm cutting off those little points there. If you have trouble fussy cutting and leaving a white area around your item, I guess I'm not too particular, so I don't use the line. But I think it is a good thing to do if you have trouble. I do go back if I cut something out a little bit wider. If I see too much white, then I might go back. So on this part here, these antennae, I'm gonna go in like and cut it like at the very end, because they would, you might end up breaking them off. So I'm going to go in and cut that like that, right? And then I'm going to cut the very tip so that there's no white at the tip. And there we have it. I think I want to cut a little closer this little point here. There's a big glob of white in there. So that's my butterfly all cut out. And let me get rid of all this. Do you guys like to fussy cut? Some people do, some people don't. I fussy cut with quilting too. All right, so I'm going to use a little bit of liquid glue. This is our multi-purpose liquid glue, and I'm going to put it on his body. And this is just so that I can stick him on here. And one of the things that's kind of nice, let me see if I can grab it. Pull out my silicone mat, because see, here's some dried up glue. It just wipes off. So these silicone mats are great. And then I'm just going to put this butterfly kind of like this, just on the edge of my oval, just like that, right? And let him sit for a second. And let me put this away. Yeah, you don't mind fussy cutting too, Arlene? I like it. I mean, I wouldn't want to do a ton of it, but I do like doing it. Now, So he's on that. So I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to, did I pull out some dimensionals? I don't know, I swear. Oh, I do have, I did the hummingbird too. You can see him. I didn't use him. Now, when I have two pieces like that, even though they're glued, I like to put a dimensional going right over so it kind of holds them in place. And then I'm going to use a little bit of the edge. Geraldine. Hi, Geraldine. How are you? Thanks for joining us. So I'm going to put, oh, that's too much. And I'll put a little bit, I just use the edges of my dimensionals. So I just wanted to show you, let me see if I have a piece, well, I'll hold this envelope up. So I colored this hummingbird. I'm not using him, but I colored him the same way I did the butterfly. But I really do want to find my Mary Merlot ink because I think it would be a better contrast. But I wanted to show you the butterfly, the hummingbird. So now we have that done, and we are going to take off the dimensionals. You're good. I hope everyone is well. Yeah, I'm well. I was saying it's kind of a dreary day here. It started off snowing a little, less than an inch, just enough to make my driveway covered. So hopefully it's gonna melt a little, because I really don't want to have to go out and shovel at all. Even if it's an inch, I don't want to have to go do it. Alright, so I have those off. So now I'm just going to stick this and lift my bow a little. And I'm just going to kind of settle it in right about, I have to turn it towards me, you guys, just to get it on there straight. And then I'll turn it back to you. Just like that, right? And push it all down. Make my bow come up and over the edge, like so. Oops. Beautiful cards. Oh, thank you, Catherine. Thanks for joining us. Now the last thing is, where did I put them? Oh, here they are. The holiday rhinestones. I used these yesterday also. But see this red? It's kind of like a real dark red, but it looks great, and it's better than our regular red rhinestones. And then I put one over here. Now you could also go in and use some Stella. In fact, let me see. Let me get my Stella out, and I need a piece of scrap paper. Make sure it's coming out. If you don't know what Stella is, it's just a paintbrush that has a solution in it that has like a glitter. So I'm not sure if the lights will catch that. I'll kind of turn it a little. Maybe you can see it. Can you see that, you guys? I don't know. Maybe if I bring it closer. You see the glitter in there? It just gives a little bit of shimmer. So you could do that on your butterfly. Just be careful because your ink, not the alcohol, but the regular ink could come off if you're too heavy-handed, like if you rub it too much. So there. So you can see a little bit of pink on my brush, and then you just clean your brush like that. So let's see if you can see that. I didn't do it on my other card. You see the little shimmer that we did? Let me hold it there for a second and see if the camera. My computer is delayed, so I can't tell whether. Let's see, can you see that? I'm holding it. I can't see it on my computer screen, but hopefully you guys can see that little bit of shimmer. Getting really close. But anyway, and if you wanted to add more, this pen might be running low. I've had it for a while, so let me go back in and do a little bit more and see if maybe that'll help. Can you see that? All right. Okay. So that's that card and the inside. We could do a little on the inside too, but I'm not going to right now because then I'll have to leave it open to dry. You can't really see it, Arlene. Oh yeah, but you've used Stella before, so you know how pretty it is, right? How it is. In fact, you know what? I will do it on the inside, and then I'll just leave it. We're going to make another card, so I'll leave it off to the side. But you can play around with your different inks and your different blends and see if what you like for coloring these in. All right, so I did that one. It's probably hard to see on the camera, but I'm going to leave this off to the side. I'm going to leave that open off to the side. Get rid of that. Put this aside. Oh, there are the dimensionals I was looking for. Okay, so then that is that card, right? Now, we have another card that I'm going to show you, and I'm going to make with you, and it's this one. So I did the same thing with that flower, and we used it on the inside also. With this one, though, I stamped with Rococo Rose, and then you'll see what I did, but I'm going to go back and do the cherry cobbler when I do it this time. So, in your little pack, what you should have, if you're going to make this, I was about to say in your little package, which you guys don't have packages. But, so I have a piece of Rococo Rose. This is 8.5 by 5.5, right? 5.5, 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. And then I have a piece of Merry Merlot that is 4 by 5 1/4, and that's your mat. So I'm going to go ahead and put this right down on the mat, just because sometimes I just like to get, I know I'm not wrapping any twine around this. Oops. So I'm going to just put it right down on my mat. I love these colors together. This is Merry Merlot, in case you are just joining now. This cardstock is Merry Merlot, and as I said at the beginning, I can't find my Merry Merlot ink. It wasn't in my carousel, so it's got to be in a bin with some cards that need to be made, or maybe I stuck it in my, maybe I stuck it in a paper pumpkin. If a paper pumpkin was using Merry Merlot, I like to hang on to those little ink spots. I don't use the little one, I'll pull out my big one. So maybe it's in a paper pumpkin. That's going to be hard to find. So I'm going to do the stamp with the roses, or this floral here, with the cherry cobbler, because like I said on this one, I did just, oh, I messed up already. But I'll turn it. I got another piece, but on this one I just did it with Rococo Rose, and I think it's too light. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put this aside. That'll get used in another card. I'm gonna grab another base because I forgot what I was doing. I'm gonna close this because I don't want to be sticking into the wrong one. I'm going to use one of my these blending brushes, which I don't know if you guys have seen these. You probably have. They came out in this catalog, but see in the annual catalog. See how it looks like it's foam when you first look at it, but I hope you guys can see this. But it's actually little bristles, and it's probably hard to see on the camera, but it's so soft. And right now it looks dirty, but it's really, I haven't washed it, and it will wash with just a little bit of mild soap and water, but it is so soft. And what I did was I just get a little bit of ink on here, and I start off on my grid paper. Now I just want to put a little bit in this bottom corner, all right, and I just go around like that, and I can go as heavy-handed or as light-handed as I want, but I'm only doing it in this bottom corner for this particular case. Then I will stamp my flower on it. But while I have this out, I want to show you, I did this little punch. If it was white, like here, this is a part of this. Kathy, how are you? So then a blast from the past. See how white this is? So what I did is on this little, when I stamped this, I did a little bit of this blending brush. So I'm going to show you on this one. I took my big circle. Now this was cut with, I like to show you guys what I used. This was cut with the largest, this is the stitch shape die set. This was cut with the largest die. And in stark white on this flowered paper was just too too stark. So what I did was I just went in and just made my own little bit of pinkish paper with this Rococo Rose. See that? So I did that, and then I'm just going to do a little bit on here. And then what I'll do is I'll clean off my brush like this, right? And then you can just wash this with, like I said, soap, a little bit of mild soap and water. Clean it on your chamois. There are different ways to clean it. So now I'm going to stamp right over that blotch with this "Thank you so much." And let's see, I want to, oh, again, I'm using the wrong ink. Let me close this because I don't want this for stamping. I'm glad I noticed it before I did it. I'm using the Cherry Cobbler, which is a little bit darker. Right, that's how I noticed it. I could see when I went to stamp, it was so light. So there we have that, and then we are going to go back to our oval punch. I'm just going to center that in there like that and punch it out. And did I already cut? No, I didn't. That was the last card. I want to cut another one of these, scallop with the top part of our punch, right? And I can go ahead and tape this down, tape the little sentiment onto the scallop oval. Cute, right? And then we'll go back to here. So now I have the darker ink out, right? I'm going to stamp in this bottom corner. And then you guys can tell me if you like it, which one you like better. Oh, I love this stamp set. I wish I had, I didn't even realize it until I started playing with it in the last couple of days. And I just love this flower. I love the butterfly. Okay, so now we're going to stamp, besides that, we're going to stamp on our circle. Just like this. I'm letting the stem go off the edge. Just like that. Knock it off. Oh, I really like this one. I really like this one. And let's see what else. So I told you I cut that out of white. So that's the inside. So let me put this aside and grab our card back. And let me close this because I'll end up dropping something in it. All right, so let's assemble. So this is going to go on the inside of our, oops, I hate when that happens. These new, let me go this way now. Sometimes you just need to get it going. All right, this is going to go on the inside. Oh gosh, I like this darker one better. Let me see, what do you guys think? This was the first one I made. And I used the Rococo Rose, even though I wanted to use the darker one, but I used the lighter one. Which do you like better, the lighter? This is Rococo Rose in the background and Rococo Rose stamped on top. And this is the Rococo Rose in the background and the Cherry Cobbler stamped on top. What do you guys think? Anybody have an opinion, or do you not care? Or you like the darker? Me too, Kathy. This is, after I did it, I went, oh darn, I went and used the light. But I knew I was going to make the card for you guys, so I figured I would do it with the darker one. All right, so that's the inside. So let's finish with the outside. Oh, I wanted to show you. I had missed these in the catalog. And these are called the Stitched with Whimsy dies. And they don't cut out, they just cut the stitch marks in them. So what I thought I'd do, and it fits into our little, here's our little cut and emboss machine. And you need your, you know how it comes with all these plates, right? I'm going to take the plates I need for cutting, which is the number 1, right? And then you need a number 2. You can see I've cut a lot with this. And then you need another number 2. So I'm cutting right on this Designer Series paper, and it just barely fits into this cute little machine. So I'm so excited to use it. So what I did was I have a little bit of, hi Lori, I didn't know you were here. Lighter, but you like things to match. Yeah, sometimes I do. I mean, they both are pretty, but So I'm lining this up, and I'm just going to use a tiny piece of washi tape just to hold it in place. Now, this just fits. So some of our, you know, bigger things obviously won't fit. This base is, let me show you, 3.5 wide, so you won't be able to do anything. Now, the only thing with this little guy is you do have to, let me get him in further. You do have to give it a little, make sure it gets going, and then hold it. But this is such a cute little machine. I mean, I have the big ones too, but I just love this little one, mainly because I can just, like, I just pulled it out and, you know, did it right in front of you guys. So I just love the little one. And get rid of those, and I'll carefully pull off my washi tape. I don't want to rip it. Okay, now check this out. Like I said, this doesn't cut like a shape out, but it cuts into the paper. I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera. Let me see if I can get closer. But it actually puts this stitching around the edge. Is that coming out on the camera? Probably not. Let's see. Let me hold it there. Can you guys see the stitching? Isn't that cool? I don't know. I think that if, I'm trying to think of where this was. I think it was with those, I overlooked this. I did not even notice it. And then when I saw it, I said, oh my goodness, I have to have it. Let me see if I can find the page. I think, I want to say it's with the dogs. No? Yeah, it's with the dogs. So it's on page 72 of the mini catalog. But here they are. See these? So it's just showing you what they do. They have it shown in white, but it's really just it's cut. Yes, it's like sewing, Kathy. I love all these stitch things that we have. My love for quilting and sewing. Okay, so that is what these things do. And like I said, it's really a kind of a nice little set. So you get a couple of different shapes, but it just puts that stitching. So I thought that would be fun to use that today. Let me get rid of that. All right, so now let's get back to our card. And I think I almost left that on top of the ink. Okay, so this is going to go down right in the center, and I put the adhesive kind of in the center. Well, not in the center, but like the inner part. Like I didn't go over the stitching. All right, and then you just center that on your card. All right. And now, oh, I covered up. This is, if you're shopping with me between, well, today and tomorrow ends Sale-A-Bration. So, and like I said, if you spent $100, you could get this stamp set for free. And if you spent $50, you can get that pack of all this designer series paper for $50. For the $50 order, you can get the designer series paper. What was I doing next? Okay, this is going to go up. Let's see, I put this on here first. Let's put a little bit of tape on one side of this, a little bit of adhesive, right? And also, if you've been shopping with me and let me make sure, I don't want to do it too wide, so I'm going to put it here just so I can see how wide I want to go. I think I'm going to stick it. Oh, I forgot to color this, you guys. Before I put that on, let me get my silicone mat out. Stick that down there. Here I was all ready to paste it down. I want to color this. Oh, it sounds like my phone is going to die. Let me see if I can get it plugged in. I didn't think that, well, I guess Facebook uses a lot of juice. I can't tell if it's charging or not. So that's going to charge while it's on there. All right, so I'm gonna try to go a little fast. I thought I charged my phone beforehand, so I'm just coloring it in with our, this is, I said earlier, this is the Rococo Rose Dark, and this is an alcohol based marker, so it doesn't interfere with our stamp that we did, because the stamp is a water-based ink. So these work great for coloring. All right, and this is just like I'm doing tone on tone. So I'm going to color this in. Kathy, I can't believe that you are here. It's so good to, not that I can see you, but see you. All right, gonna get that all filled in. All right, a couple little spots. All right, so that's all done. Glad I caught that before I put it on my card, because not that it would matter. I could color it on there. I mean, I could color it on there, but if I went out of the lines or messed up, then I'd have to cut it. I'd have to pull it off and do all that all over again. So I want to make sure that I'm not over the edge. So I'm going to put this on like that. I think I want it a little straighter, right? So the flower's more straight. Yeah. All right, and then I'm going to turn this upside down and grab dimensionals. And again, I'm going to put it right over the where those two intersect, because this way it's an extra way of holding that in place. I'm going to grab this and take off these covers. And this is the last card that I'm going to be stamping with. Show you the other one, what I used, if you want to know. All right, that's going to go on the front, and then I went ahead and tied a double bow before coming on here, because I didn't want to take the time in front of you to tie a bow, because you guys all know how bows are tied. I'm going to put a little glue dot on the back of this, and I'm just going to stick it right down here, just like that. And then I'm going to take the holiday rhinestones and use these reds again. I think these reds are so pretty. Uh-oh, don't just here. And I'm just going to put a couple here and there. One here, over here. Maybe I'll just leave it over here because it's a big white space. And there we have that card. Cute, right? So those are those two cards. Let me kind of clear up some of this stuff and I can show you the other cards. Let me get this out of the way. And you could also, we could take this Wink of Stella before I forget, before I put it away, and I'm going to put a little bit of Wink of Stella on here. And this will just kind of add a little bit of glimmer to the flower. Right, and you can go ahead and do the inside if you'd like to. Okay, like we don't know whether you can see that or not, but anyway, so those are the two products, the two cards I wanted to show you how to make, but I wanted to bring in these other two. Let's see, this one dry. Yep, that's good. So those are the two we made today, but I wanted to show you I made these other two with the same stamp set, but in the same pack of paper. It's just different paper from the same pack. And this is also one of the papers that will be retiring this year. But I made this one here. Thank you so much. I just love this flower. I really do. So that I colored in with Balmy Blue, and I'll just tell you a few things. So that's the same paper. You know, this is Seaside Spray card base. This is Night of Navy card stock, which is 4 by 5 1/4, and then this is the Paper Blooms paper, and that is 3 3/4 by 5, 3 3/4 by 5. Then I use the Stitch So Sweetly. I believe it's this die here, or this one, maybe this one here, number 3. So I used that to die cut that shape out. And I didn't do the inside. That one, I didn't do anything on the inside yet. And oh, these little pearls, those are just our regular pearls. And I took our Balmy Blue, I don't have it right out here, but this is the Rococo Rose. But you can use our, what stamp set is the flower from? Oh, you missed the very beginning, Lori. I'm using the A Touch of Ink stamp set with the Paper Blooms Designer Series paper. That's what we're using for Sale-A-Bration stuff. Isn't that flower great? I love that flower. You must have missed the beginning when I was... Oh, thanks, Arlene, while I was saying that. But I took our balmy blue alcohol marker and I painted our little pearls before I put them on here. Because I thought I could put the white ones on it, but I thought the blue would look nice. And then this last card, since this has this Rococo Rose in it, I made the flower the same way we did in these other ones, and only I fussy cut it out. I stamped with Night of Navy. This shape here in this back, well, this circle is from the same, did I show you that already? I think I did. The stitch shapes. This was the second largest circle. And then I used the, oh gosh, hang on, let me grab it. I used this shape for this navy blue in the background there, and that is from these Tasteful Labels dies. Yes, you jumped on late. Yep, you're welcome. But you probably have that stamp set, Lori. But so let's see. So those are we made these 2 cards in class, on the video here. And these are the 2 I made earlier. And just wanted to share to show you, completely different color frame, right? So that's all I have for you today. I'm so happy that you joined me today. And like I said, this is the A Touch of Ink, and Sale-A-Bration ends tomorrow. So if you shop my Stampin' Up site, donnasingleton.stampinup.net, and you use my host code, well, you don't have to use my host code to get this. Stampin' Up is automatically going to send you this when you spend $100. You just choose this, put the number 155233 in the spot where it says Stampin' Rewards. No, Sale-A-Bration item. So that's if you spend $100. You can get this for free. If you spend $50, you can choose the Paper Blooms paper for free. And if you've been shopping with me for January and February, I'm doing a Sale-A-Bration celebration class, which you can earn for free if you spent a total of $150 over the past 2 months. I'll just total up your orders, and you'll earn the class. We'll make 4 cards. It's going to either be on Facebook Live or Zoom. I haven't decided yet, but you'll get that for free. 4 cards, 1 non-card, and you'll get a pillow gift in your package, and you'll get a package of embellishments and all the card kits. Okay, and if you're watching this on Facebook and you're new to me, please, if you like this video, please follow my page and like my page. And if you are watching this on YouTube, you can, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I guess that's it. And if you're interested in being on my mailing list, you can go to my blog, donnascreativespace.com, which I will put all the measurements for these 2 cards out on my blog. So you can visit donnascreativespace.com. I'll have these on there. And thank you, Lori. And I will put the measurements, and you can scroll through and see the other cards I made, like the ones we made yesterday. And sign up. Oh, so what I was saying was, if you go to donnascreativespace.com, in the menu at the top, there's a spot to click on to sign up for my newsletter, and that way you'll get info about when I'm doing classes, or their Stampin' Up specials, and all that kind of fun stuff. Okay? So take care, and I will be back tomorrow, and I'm not sure which stamp. I will be doing the something from the Sale-A-Bration catalog again. I'm thinking, I've already done the donkeys, and we did the corner bouquet yesterday. Maybe I'll do Heal Your Heart. Yeah, maybe we'll do Heal Your Heart, because we did Touch of Ink. I did this. If you go to my YouTube channel, February 1st through 7th, I think I said this at the beginning of the video. Those were my 7 sweet Stampin' Days, And I did quite a few projects with this Berry Blessings because I thought that paper and stamp are awesome. And that's it. So thanks for watching and have a great weekend, rest of the weekend. Please come back tomorrow. I'm not sure what time I'm going to do it tomorrow, but I'll post ahead of time and just say when I'll be there. I don't know what my plans are for Sunday are yet. So take care, guys. Hope you liked the video. See you tomorrow. I'm using "see" in quotes. Bye-bye.